guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I've nearly finished my Shabby Dreams journal, so I thought I'd just give you a quick flip through and maybe you'll get a little bit of inspiration to carry on with your journals. Not necessarily the Shabby Dreams. If you're making one, it would be fabulous. I would love to see it, but just a few little ideas that I've done in this journal, and I am loving it. Now it's got 3 signatures in it. It's not too sort of fat, because if you push it, it goes back to its original, so there's not a huge amount. It's not like normally I make a really big fat journal, but this is just beautiful. I love it. Now the last one I did was the spine on here, the last video. I was going to pop some flowers on here, but I didn't. I've just added some little dingly danglies on there. I made a little flower and I used this lace on there, and then I just got one of my little I think I showed you this in the last video as well. This is attached to like a brad, but the brad was too long and it would sort of like stick right out the top. So what I did, I sort of cut the brad right down, popped it through the flower, and actually just stuck that on. So I just think it looks really, really pretty, doesn't it? So that's lovely. And then I've got some bits of seam binding, one of my little flower, not a flower, my little resin embellishments on there, a couple of little pearls, and some seam binding. So I just think it looks so pretty. And then we've got some lace and bits on the front, which I've just sort of like tucked under, stuck on, and then I've just sort of like put this down the side, just so it sort of like mirrors this bit on here. So opening it up, I folded it around so it attaches itself to the front cover. So I'm hoping it's not too bright in here. So lovely. I've got the lovely little girl on there blowing bubbles. I popped another little bit of lace down there just to sort of like even it out. And again, we will go through the first signature. So this one, just beautiful. I didn't really do a huge amount to this page. I popped a little bit of lace in her hair because she's got that lace down here. And a little pearl, so it's just sort of like a little bit of interaction there. And then we've got little flower and a little tag on there, and then we've got the little poem on the front, which is beautiful. So then we're going to turn it over. This is the first page. I just love this one. Now a little bit of something that you might like to do, if you've got a smaller pocket and you've got sort of like a big tag and it moves about in the pocket, what I've done, I've just added this. I've just popped a little bit of sort of like netting across there, so when you pop your tag in there, if I can get it back in again, goes through into the pocket, and then this bit holds it in, so it's not going to move around and not going to flop forward. So I've just put a little flower on there, a little bit, and I've attached it to here as well. And I just think this is just beautiful. It's so pretty. I think it's just pretty. And then on this side, I've got one of the Friday Freebies. I got 3 of these, 1 in each signature. So that's the Friday freebie we made, so you know that you can actually incorporate it into your journal. We've got a little pocket. Now the papers that I've used in here are the Shabby Dreams, the embellishment ones and the papers. The backing paper ones, and I've also used the papers from my Ko-fi. Now Ko-fi supporters this month got an extra mini kit which goes with this, so if you see papers in here like this pocket, I'm not sure, I think whether this is in the, I think this is the Ko-fi one, so if you see bits in here it's probably from the Ko-fi. So if you're in the Ko-fi, you will have those as well. And if you would like to know more about the Ko-fi, I will pop the link down under the video, which is lovely. So then on this one, I've got a little tuck in there, so that's one of my little stuck on paper clips, which we just put tucked in. This paper you can journal on. It's not really dark, so you can write over the top of that, so it's perfect. And then I've just got some of this lovely lace, which is this is sort of antique-y one, which is just sort of falling apart. So I've just sort of like torn bits off and added it on here. I just think it looks so pretty. On this side, which was sort of like a half a page, I popped some lace down the side, and then pull this. This is a little envelope, and then we've got another one of the little, I made these in a video, that's the little stick-on paper clips, and then we've got the little envelope in here. I haven't got anything in this one at the moment, so I just think she just looks lovely. That just fits in there perfect. We can do some journaling on this side. I tried to leave a little bit for journaling in here, so I didn't try and compact it so much with lots and lots of stuff. A little bit of lace down the side, and then this one, I love this page. I did this one with you, I think, but I've just added the flowers to this. We've got a little pocket on here, and then we've got the little tag. So these tags are great for journaling on because they're really big and just so pretty. And then this is the one that I did on video. So these just sort of like slide out, and then you just sort of like slide it back in and tuck that in, and they don't move, they're not going anywhere. And then we've just got the little flowers. I made these the other night, so I've put them on there. This one's green and this one's blue, but you can't really tell the difference too much, but it's just so pretty. And then we've got this page. I didn't do anything on that because I just thought that was really lovely. What I did, I added a little bit of lace. And then we've got the little poem on there into the pocket. Another little bit of that knitting with another little flower and a little pearl in the middle, which is just so pretty. And this is the middle of the first journal. Now I cut off the little dingly dangly bits. I was going to put pearls and stuff hanging off them, but it was too much. I think it didn't need it, so I've just left it as it is. So these are little pockets. We did this one in a video, so these have got little pockets in. I'll pop the playlist underneath anyway for the things that we did. But it's just so simple but so pretty, and then that just sort of like closes up and then it just opens up like that. So it's just a beautiful interactive page. Then we close that. Another little one, so it's another little poem, and this is so simple. What I did with this one, I took 2 pieces of this little bit of lace, and then I just put them together, and then I stitched them together with a little zigzag stitch on my sewing machine just down through the middle, and it came out really, really nice. It stitched so well, and then I've just stuck it along the bottom. These 2 I put on there as well because this pocket was quite big, and again this was falling out like that. So what I did, I've just put 2 little flowers there just to tighten it just a little bit, and I just think it makes it look really, really pretty, and lovely. So this one is one of our pull outs, so this pulls out like that. We have a little pocket here with a little journaling card in. This one I've stuck on there, and then I've got just one of my little page tabs on there, and then I've got another little one on this side, and this one she pulls out, and I've just stuck a piece of lace, just a smaller bit and a bigger bit, and this just comes down like that. That just tucks in, and then that tag's not going anywhere. The reason I'm using the lace like that is because these tags are so pretty. I didn't want to cover them up, and I just think they look really nice like that. And this is a little card that I made, which I'll be doing a tutorial on that, so I won't show you that one yet. So then it goes this way. This is a little journaling spot, and then we open up like that. This is beautiful. So these pages are so lovely, so you can write on them, journal on them, but I didn't want to cover them up. I just think that's so lovely. And this one, I put the pocket up here. We've got the 2 little dandelion journaling cards, dandelion and bubbles. I think it's just so pretty. And then I've got a little bow and a little bowl pin with one of the mini tags hanging off, and again some of this little lace netting stuff on there as well, but just lovely, really simple. I didn't want to overdo it. It looks really pretty as it is. Do you know what I mean? I could add more bits to this, but I really don't think it needs it. And then again, this isn't a paper clip. I've just stuck this one in those 3 little bits there, and that just tucks up like that. So it's a lovely little journaling card there, just to tuck up in there. This one is a little pocket, so we've got a little tuck in there. This is one. Did we have any more on there? No, we don't think we did we? No, we've got these little ones here. This is what we made the other day. So this comes out and these pull out like that. So you can journal on there like that and journal on that. And I just think they make just a lovely little addition to your journals. And then all I've done, I've used a little paper clip, one of my little heart paper clips on there, to pop it in there. That folds over. Oh, that was tucked into that paper clip when I took it off. So that's just a little tag. And again, this is for journaling on as well. This is a beautiful little pocket, which I've just used the same lace that was on the spine, which is this, which is just gorgeous, which is lovely. And then that's just got made into a little pocket, and we can just pop that in there like that. So you can probably put lots more bits in there. Turn this over, and we've got another little pocket there like that. Just think they're so lovely. And then this side we got another one of our little pull outs. This is one of the bigger ones, so this just comes out like that and like that. So it's lovely. I do love this journal, I really do. I had such a lovely time. I didn't video me finishing it all because you know, it's quicker for me to just do it than video it all and have it, you know, day after day. I think people get a bit bored with it. It's quite nice knowing how to start it off and stuff, but the viewing is not worth me making lots more videos. So this is why I've just finished it. So that's just tags just popped in there. So that's the first signature. So that was beautiful, love it. This is the second signature. So I've just put Wishes Swell Softly on the front of this one. We've got a little bit of lace down the edge there. This is another wish on there. This is a little pocket with one of the little tags in. And then again, I've added the little bit of lace on there, and this just tucks in there. These papers just so pretty. And then we have this one. We got a little saying on here. Do you know what I mean? You don't need a huge amount on these pages because they're just so pretty. We've got a little flower and a little tag hanging off there. I need to pop a little pearl in there actually. And then this one, I got a little pocket at the bottom, and then I've just popped a little tag on a tag there, like that. And then I've just got like a little, this is like a little diamante, but it's like a little clip on there, which are really lovely. Just adds a little bit of bling on there. And then again, we've got another little pull out. I just love these. Like that. So that's got lots of journaling space in. I just pulled that one off. That can go on there. Turn over, and then we've got the another big tag, and I've done the same thing here. Just added a little bit of netting. Oh, where's my tag gone? Then we've got pretty little tag on there, and it just stops, just gives it another little bit of interest, doesn't it? I think. Than just popping it in the pocket. It just makes it a little bit more feminine and pretty. And then we have this one, which is Soft as Wishes. So this is all lovely to journal in. We've got Shabby Dreams. Lovely bit of lace down here. All the laces and stuff in here are the vintage laces that I have. This is, look how pretty this page is. This double page is just so lovely. Now this is what one of the pull-outs. This is the pull-out that's in the journal, that's in the embellishment kit. So all as I did, I just cut them up. These are the one that are in 3. So I just cut that up, and I've just made some little corners, and then these just sit in the corners like that. in the little corner tucks. And I just think, how pretty is that? Just so lovely. And this one, I love this page. Again, I had a little tuck here. And it was obviously, I did put it that way to start with, but it was a bit too moving around, you know, a bit too loose. So what I did, the same as before on the other one, where these are quite loose on there, I've just sort of like tightened it up by sticking some beautiful little flowers either side, and that is not going to move it, and it just gives it just a lovely page layout. I think it's just gorgeous. And then we have this tag. This is a bigger, this is from the Friday freebie. I think this was the Kofi's, and that was just one of the little sections where they're flipping out. I'll show you one. I've got it in here. So I've just used the top half where her head is, and then I've just put the tag in there. So you can use the Friday freebies in all sorts of different ways. This one is a lovely little tuck as well. So this just comes out, and that's just a little bit of that beautiful vintage lace. And how I made that was just so simple. I took this one like this, and to get that V, all I did was bend it like that. So you bend it up in half, and then you've got your V. I popped a little flower on there and then attached it to each corner. So that's really simple. If you didn't want to do that, you could just lie a piece down, cut it off, but there's no point. Just flip it over and then stick a little flower in there. So simple, but really, really lovely. So pretty. And then this is the middle of the second signature, which just closes up. I need to print off 2 more tags on there to go into here, but these are the little tags. So again, you know, there's lots and lots of room on here to stick other stuff on, to journal on. It's just beautiful. And then this is another little flippy out. This is a little tuck. This is from the Friday freebie, I think. The little section here. I popped a little tag in there. This is a little tag on there. This one opens out like that. Popped the other little pocket on there, and then I've got this one, which is the Dreams, which I've just used on there, and then all of this is for journaling. Just love it. I just had such a lovely time making this, which is just beautiful. We've got one of our little paper clips that we've used there, so I've just tucked that up inside there. It's a little half pocket, half page, and we've got a little tag, little tuck in there. This is another great idea for a little tag pocket, or a tuck, or whatever you'd like to call it. All as I've done is, you know, layered up the little mini tags and the little circles you got, and then I put a little bit of lace on there, and when you just glue around the outside, this just fits in there like that, so that slots in lovely. It's not going anywhere, and you can see her dress. So this is what I'm meaning about you don't want to hide anything, because sometimes when you have the big pockets, you miss half of what's on your page or on your tag or what to put in it. But this just goes around the outside, just attached just gently around there, and then you've got a little tuck just so it supports it and it's not going anywhere. So I think that's beautiful. And this one, this is a little envelope as well. Look at that beautiful envelope. I haven't got anything in this one either yet, but I just think that's lovely. And what I've done, again, a little corner piece of the lace, and then I've got a little half, I've stuck half of this down just so it holds on to the envelope, and that's not going to slip down, because there's nothing worse than things falling out of your journal. So I've just attached that, and then I've just made it look pretty down here with a little flower. So that's lovely as well. This was a double pocket, So I put 2 pockets on here. So that was a bigger one and the smaller one. Little bit of prettiness on there. And then popped that in there. And then we just pop that one in there. So yeah, just so pretty. So pretty. And then we've got our little dreams. This one's got a little pulley out on there. And it comes out so we can just journal on there. And then we just paper clip, little paper clip on there to hold it together like that. This is one of the double pages which I cut in half, and I've just used that as a sort of giant journal card, which I just thought was really lovely, and I've just clipped it on top with a little paper clip. I just think that's beautiful. And then on the other side of the paper clip, we've just got a couple of little tags and a little poem on there, which is just lovely. Look at that, that goes so well with that page, doesn't it? And clip that up. Right, so that was the second signature. So that was the first and the second signature. We've got a nice big gap in between, so if you wanted to put a little bit of lace, I nearly put this lace on there, but I quite like what's, you know, underneath, so you could sort of like pretty it up and just add a little bit more lace or something in there if you wanted to. So this is the third signature, so this is Silent Thoughts Wander. So this is just so lovely, so lovely. And this is the other Friday freebie, the last Friday freebie. This is the, I think this one is the Kofi one, and it was the same. I think it was the Kofi one in the, no, that was that wasn't. I think it was just the Kofi in the back, maybe. So lovely. We've got a little tuck up, little paper clip up there with the little girl blowing her little dandelion, which is lovely. We've got another little pull out. So this one pulls out again. Let's open that up. So this pulls out this way and this way. So when I made this, I said to you about it doesn't matter which side of the page they go on, and it really doesn't. So you can, doesn't matter how you make them. But again, like I said, I'll put the links to the playlist underneath as well. So look at that, that's just so pretty. Just lovely. This has got a little corner. Did I do this one? I think I maybe did this one in a video. So this one's got a little writing paper in there, which is lovely. So this might be the Kofi. So if you see things that aren't, it will be the Kofi ones, because I've added it all in. So if you are a Kofi member, you've got a huge amount of stuff to use. So this opens up. This is a little tuck under there. See, I still could put some stuff on here. I was tempted to add a bit more, but I didn't want to overdo it, if you know what I mean, because this can be lovely writing on. Look at that great big bubble. I think it's beautiful. This is a little corner pocket that I made. It says bubbles on there. That's a little girl playing in the bubbles. And then we've got the little tag in there. Little journaling card. Oh, this is another one that I did, which is a little tuck. So that's one of the sayings, and I just glued it this side and this side. So then they stay in really well, and that just, oops, tucks in like that. If I can get it in, there we go. And then I've just added a little flower at the top there, so that's lovely. This is a big pocket. I don't have anything in this pocket, but you can put something in that pocket. And I've just added a little bit of lace and a little yellow flower, because that goes with this picture. So adding the same sort of lace all the way through, it just sort of like, you know, brings the whole journal together, I think. This was the other one that we did. We didn't have any pockets in this because we had this little lady on there daydreaming, So we pop this at the top just so, because then we all have in the middle of each signature, it has a little sort of pop out. We have this lovely saying, and then I've just attached this little tags to that little flower on there. So I just think this is just lovely. I really do love it. This is another little pull out. Got a little tuck in there. I've just added the little diddly tags on there, the rest of them that I had. I think I printed them off twice. So I've just sort of like layered them up, which I think looks really nice. And then this opens up, and this is the Friday freebie. So what I've done, I've popped a little Velcro fastener on there, and this just opens up, and then we've got wishes in there, and then we just close that down. So that's a beautiful little hidden journaling spot on there. Then I need to put something in this one because that's a little tuck. And then we have another little journaling, that's the Friday freebie as well. That just pops into there. This just folds up. It's a little tag. I put a little pocket there and added it so it's a little bit bigger. So that can go in there, and then just embellished it down through here. This is the one that's in there. This is the one that I cut up. So you can journal on this one, but that's it as a little pull out. And then this just clips on like that. Look at this, and then we've got a little tag. That's another little half page. There's a little tuck up there. Can you see I can print off some more bits and pieces and add into here? Just so much room, and it's just so lovely. Oh, this is a little sort of card that I made to go in there. Up there. Oh, this one I added two. I had two pockets left. So what I did, I just joined them together and popped that little tag in there. I just think that looks really nice. And then I just popped a little bow on there. There's a little one, a little belly band. And again, I've added two little flowers just to make sure that that doesn't sort of like do this too much. It just sits in there lovely, nice and secure. And then we turn over, and then we've got little pocket in there with a little bit of embellishment. So it's a little round one and a little tag on there, and then that just sits in the pocket. And then this is, I think this is the last page. This was the other half of the other one, if you know what I mean, the other big journaling card. So I just cut that down again, popped it into the little paper clips that we did, the little hidden paper clips, which have been stuck on. And I just think that's beautiful, and I added a little flower on there. And then this is the last page. We've got beautiful poem on there, and then I've just made a little pocket again. I sewed this little bit to that with a little zigzag stitch, and it worked so well. I think I will be doing a little bit more of this stitching like that. So we've got a little journaling card in there, and that is the back page, which is beautiful. So I am absolutely loving this. I think it's just so pretty. I just got to think of a closure, but at the moment I'm not too bothered, because sitting on my shelf, look, I just see this little bit dangling down, and I just think it's so lovely. So there we go, guys. I hope you got a little bit of inspiration, a few little ideas that you can add into your own journals. The pages are very simple. So I'm sure, oh, I've just squashed my little tag. So I'm sure you can sort of like make these, because they're very simple to do. But I just think they are just so pretty. I just love it. Had so much fun making this. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. All the details for the papers, all the kits for that, And please, please, I keep forgetting to ask, I'm on my way to 100,000 subscribers. So if you are watching and you are not subscribed, I would love you to subscribe, and then you will help me on my journey to 100,000. So guys, will you take care, have a lovely, lovely rest of the evening, and I will see you soon. All right guys, bye bye.